Well, that wasn't good at all, was it? Everton 3, Newcastle United 0 at Goodison Park. It finishes, and there's so many different kind of emotions and kind of explanations, excuses going round in my head after that one. Yes, look, they're obviously tired, and this squad's given everything. But that performance was terrible. There was no composure at all in the final third. I thought the occasion got to Gordon big time. He snatched at his chances horribly. Almiron was poor tonight, really poor, and still refuses to believe he has a right foot. Isaac was just left with nothing. He had no service off his two wingers. Even when he was pushed to the left briefly, he made a fantastic chance for Gordon, who should have buried it, but just snatched at it horribly. No composure. The first two goals for Everton were just gifted by Trippier, which, look, we know how great he's been since he's come to Newcastle United, and it's just an absolute shocker from him, the pair of them. Absolutely shocking. There was zero quality in front of in the final third from both teams tonight. Zero. 3-0 does flatter, but Everton deserved the win. At what point does the away form become an issue in the Premier League? Yes. I know about the injuries. And yes, it is a huge contributing factor. The lads are giving everything for the shirt. I get that. But the Premier League is relentless. And you don't get any points for excuses at the end of the day. Bournemouth, Everton, two poor defeats at teams in the bottom half. Tough places to go, but if you're going to finish in the top four, you've got to go there getting something. And, we won at places like Everton, like at West Ham last season, and we're not doing that this season. So when does it become an issue? But again, I go back to that. Eddie Howe had no options off the bench today. None. Tired legs out there. You want to make a change 65, 70 minutes. You'd love to bring on a Joe Willock. You'd love to bring on a Callum Wilson, a Harvey Barnes. And he can't, and it does spoil it. Could he have brought on Lewis Hall? Possibly. But again, options are just terrible. One brief positive, Lewis Miley, superb. Looks like he's been in that midfield for years and years and years. And he's a child, and he's doing so well. Absolutely immense. But yeah, conflicting arguments. I'm not saying it's right or wrong if you're analysing the game, it's a poor performance. So you're allowed to be a bit miffed and criticise what you've just seen. But yes, the excuse will always be hanging over our heads that there are a lot of injuries, and yes, they're giving everything for the shirt, and it was tied towards the end. But had we have had a bit more composure in front of goal, had Gordon maybe calmed the nerves, but he's an emotional guy, and we love emotional players at Newcastle. It's just disappointing. Very, very disappointing, and it doesn't get any easier. Like I say, Premier League's relentless. We go to Spurs on Sunday. It does not get easier, but yeah, it's a disappointing one. Look, Lee is at Goodison, and he's had an absolute shocker of a day today as well, so make sure you stay tuned to the vlog and the last word, because he's had an appalling day, and this wouldn't have made it any better. So he needs your support at the very, very least. So stay tuned to that in the early hours. Disappointing night, tough night, but hey ho, that's football. We'll see you again. Stay tuned to Newcastle Fans TV.